Hey, Jimmy.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How
Can
are
you read my lips?
I can't.
You can't?
No.
Where's Miss D when you need her?
That's right.
Hey, how is everybody? How are you doing, Jimmy?
I'm doing well. How are you today?
I'm doing all right.
Good.
And this is Pastor Will at Shades of Grace, and this is the world famous, becoming more famous, Will and
Jimmy Show.
Say that one more time. The Will and
Jimmy Show.
Anyway, that always
That's
just makes me laugh when we
Yeah.
say that.
That's good.
But anyway, we're here doing what we do, hoping to be an encouragement and bring a little bit of humor to you,
Yeah.
as well as something of building your faith to draw a little bit closer to the Lord. But we welcome everybody joining us. Now, we're recording this on Tuesday afternoon, and of course, you're getting this on Wednesday evening. But it's a really, really dark, rainy, damp day out there today.
It sure is.
And it's really like a harbinger of days to come. It reminds me of one of those fall days. Just looking out reminds you of a cold fall day.
It's coming.
But it's a
coming.
cold rain falling
Yeah.
after the hot days that we've had. But tomorrow it'll probably warm back up and we'll be hot again.
Yep. In the 90s, I think.
Yeah.
Kind of the rest of this week.
Yeah.
So that is, it's kind of warmer typically than for the end of August. It
Yeah.
kind of starts to cool down a little bit.
Well, Labor Day is coming, and hopefully things are going to begin to wind down.
Yes.
We had a lot of fogs in August. Did you notice
We
that?
sure did.
And you know what that old, remind the people what that
I think
means.
it's for every fog, that's one measurable snow.
Yeah,
So every fog in August is a measurable snow in the winter.
yeah.
So yeah, we may have a big winter then.
And some of them are pretty thick fogs,
Yeah.
which maybe means a more measurable.
Even like the first or the second day of the month, we had our first fog, I remember.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of it this year.
So that means maybe we're going to have an early winter. Who knows?
Maybe.
Well, anyway, let's see, Jimmy. We've been really, really
Wow.
busy here at Shades of Grace. We just finished a funeral here about an hour ago, hour and a half ago,
Yes.
and for a wonderful lady, Mrs. Huffman, and we want you to remember her family. She has a beautiful family,
Yes.
and
sure
they were
does.
extremely nice people. And then we did another funeral yesterday at noon for the young man who passed away tragically. He was chasing his dog and ran into the street and was
Yes.
hit. So we've had some tragedies again here at Shades of Grace, and doing a lot of services, but God is with us.
Well, we've had, 6 in the last 2 weeks? I
6
guess?
funerals in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
week and a half, actually, I guess, technically, if you say.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of funerals.
Yeah, it
a lot
has
of,
been.
A lot of hurting people out there
Yes,
right now.
yes.
Need prayer,
Yeah.
definitely.
But that's what we're here to do. I mean, I shared with the family today, comfort one another as you yourself have been comforted. And we've all been there. And we'll be there again.
Yes.
And we need to be there for others. Okay, Jimmy, I noticed you wore your world famous Will and Jimmy Show t-shirt.
That's a mouthful, isn't it?
That's a
It
mouthful.
Sure is. I did. Actually, the other one I had kind of worn it out. So when we ordered this last round, I ordered one just for me. So
Okay.
this is kind of my new one.
All right.
And
Well, we've still got some here. Now, we had a good crowd Saturday in worship.
we did.
The church was full. All of our seats were filled. Someone said there was standing room at one point. So we had a lot of people here. And we did announce our Will and Jimmy Show t-shirts. And several people did pick one up. But maybe a lot of our congregation has already picked theirs up. But if you want one, there's no charge. They're free. We just want you to wear it. And wherever you're at, share it. Wear it and share it.
there you go.
Okay?
Take a picture and
Yeah.
share it with us.
Yeah.
And we did that
Okay.
a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
So we're getting some more in, and
Right.
we'll soon have enough to put another little collage together.
Yeah, there we go.
So
So,
when you travel or
Right.
whatever.
well, you know what? We missed it. Wes was in Paris last week. What,
Yeah.
if we could have given, I didn't know it until he texted me and said he was under the, no, I called him and I said, are you at work today? He said, I'm at the Eiffel Tower. And I said, no, you're not. But he was.
He was.
And just think he could have had a Will and Jimmy Show t-shirt at the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
But we missed that. And Dr.
Sure did.
Dave, he went to Miami and wonder if he's got his shirt yet.
It's on its way to
On
him.
its way.
Yeah,
Okay.
it has been
All right.
picked up, so
Okay.
he should have it
Well,
when he gets back.
next time around, who knows where they'll be seen.
That's hard to say.
But if you want your Will and Jimmy Show T-shirt, just it's here. Call us. We'll save it for you. If you live out of town, we'll mail it to you.
Sent one to Florida this week.
Oh, did we?
Yep, mailed one out to our friend Brian
Okay. Brian Mills.
Florida.
Yeah, down in Orlando.
Yep.
All right.
So he should have that one already. So
Yeah.
Brian, if you're watching, we expect
need
a
it.
picture soon.
We need you to go take a picture beside Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse, right?
or somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we've talked about the T-shirts and we've talked about Saturday worship.
Mm-hmm.
And what else we got?
You know,
Jimmy?
going back to Saturday worship, our friend Jack Francisco took a great picture.
Oh yes.
Just past that, he kind of sits in the corner.
Maybe you can share that.
Yeah, I'll
tonight.
put that on here.
Yeah.
Kind of back out of the way.
Yeah.
And it was just a view from the corner of how many people we had in service, and just it was such a great picture.
Yes, it
so,
was.
Yeah, I'll share that on here so everybody can see.
And a lot of people have never been in Shades of Grace, and this is a big building. It used to be. Someone asked us earlier. A lady came in out of the rain and was talking and wanted to know what this building once was. And of course, what we know about was called the Little Store. It was a grocery store back in the 40s or so.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're serving soul food.
There you go.
Right.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I think it moved in the '60s, mid '60s, and then
Okay.
soon after became Brown's Custom Flooring.
right.
And then after that, it sat empty for many years.
Yes.
Many years.
That's true.
You know, Sullivan Street, East Sullivan Street, this section here, this block, has really amplified itself in the last 8 years.
Yeah.
And looks a lot better than it used to.
Good.
And I will credit a lot of that to Pastor Will, because I just remember how you used to put flowers out and really
Yeah.
make this street come alive.
Right.
And I think it's kind of set the standard
Yeah.
for all the other there's a lot of new businesses on the street.
Yes, there are.
And they really do keep up their end and keep everything looking
Most
nice.
of them.
Yep. And
We'll talk about the dogs. But
well, that's
anyway,
not a business.
That's kind of different.
I
Anyway,
don't consider that a business.
Anyway, let's see. What else have we got to talk about here?
Well, I will say this. Thank you to everybody for sticking with us on Facebook and YouTube as we kind of did this transfer into this new program.
Yeah. Okay.
Looks like everything has went off without a glitch, and everybody stuck with us. A lot more people are watching on YouTube, which is good because YouTube is always a backup just in case there is an issue with
Right.
Facebook.
Okay.
So we're starting to get gaining more of an audience over there.
And the new
And,
programming is working out very well.
It is. It's, you know, I was worried, you know, I was really sweating there for a while. What are we going to do? How are we going to still reach the same people on Facebook we have done for all these years?
But they had a plan.
And we put together, and there was a program we're able to use.
Yeah.
And it works good. I'm happy with it.
Great.
I think everybody's happy with it.
Very good.
So we're glad to still be able to
Yes.
reach you through Facebook
Yes.
as well.
We look
Yeah.
forward to seeing your comments, your prayer requests, and your names, and letting us know where you are when you view this.
That's my favorite part is watching, you know,
Yeah.
all the interaction,
Yeah.
and talking back and forth. It's just like you're here with us.
It's just like sitting here and
Yeah.
talking, whispering to the person next to you.
Yeah, and you know, our Charlotte, our friend from Canada, informed me she's coming back the beginning of October.
Okay.
I think for maybe 2 weeks or so.
All right. Well, we'll get that.
So we're going to maybe get her involved in here
Yeah.
and do some recording and interview
Yes.
her.
Wouldn't that
talk,
be neat?
Yeah, talk about Canada and
Yeah.
all that.
That would
you
be
know.
neat. Yeah.
I'm interested in Canada, as
Yeah,
you know.
that's right. You have a vested interest in Canada. if you don't know, Jimmy's wife is Canadian, French Canadian. Is she French Canadian?
She is, yeah.
Yeah, French
Yeah,
Canadian.
she sure is.
Yeah,
So,
so
she says some French words every now
Yeah,
and then.
exactly.
Especially if she's arguing at the children, because it's what her mother used to do.
Yeah.
But I never ask what those words mean.
and better, what's it say? Don't ask, don't tell.
That's right.
Right.
So, yeah.
Just don't repeat them.
That's right. But yeah.
By the way, I'll have a surprise maybe next week to share with you about my latest gift. But
There you
we'll
go.
wait. We'll hold you in suspense
Yeah.
on that. But I'll share something with
So
you.
next week, We'll go ahead. We're going to be on vacation.
Yeah.
Shades of Grace will actually be closed. That'll be Monday the 5th through Friday the 9th.
Yes.
We'll be closed fully down. There'll be no services offered here.
Right.
No meals or anything because everybody needs a break.
Everybody needs a break.
It really does. And speaking of that, just talking about the increase of needs in our community over, say, the last 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
How more and more people are coming to the door each day.
Yeah.
The phone is ringing more every day.
Yeah.
The needs are different each day.
Every day.
I'm a numbers kind of person, and I like to try to keep track of things just to know what to expect. Because when we feed here every day, Monday through Friday,
right.
and actually Saturday mornings too, from 10 to 12, and we do the bag meals, the bag lunches with sandwiches, chips, snacks, and fruit. So we kind of have to plan ahead to make sure we have plenty of sandwiches.
Yes, it's a lot of work.
Because we do have churches that partner with us, and they provide meals for certain days throughout the month. But a lot of those days we don't have partners, so we have to plan. But we're filming this on Tuesday, which is the 30th, so we still have one more day.
But you're getting this at the end of the month.
So right here, as of today, this month we did 1,460 bag lunches.
Say that again.
1,460. And that is close to 300 more than we did last month.
Wow. Phenomenal.
Yes, and then food boxes, which is like pantry-style food, non-perishable items.
And good boxes.
Yes, we provide those. Major increase there, too. We did 87 food boxes this month.
For the month.
And we still have tomorrow.
Yeah, we still have the last day.
And today, Tuesday, we did 86 bag meals, which is the highest day for the month.
Wow.
So we could easily add that to these totals tomorrow to be over 1,500.
Oh, yeah, it will be.
And we're seeing new faces every day.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Right.
New face. And it's, someone mentioned about the food, how hard it is for people who are really in need to ask for help. Mm-hmm. And we see that. How many times, people, especially with the food boxes, people who are maybe driving, a nice car, nicely dressed, not your typical person, what we would see here at Shades
And they
of
feel
Grace
awkward about asking.
And they're having to come ask for help because the times are tough right now, And and I know it's hard for them, so we reach out extra kindness to everybody who comes to our door.
Well, in lots of those cases, Jimmy, and for those of you viewing, people that maybe have been renting for years and paid maybe $650 a month, all of a sudden, during this, all that's happening, the rents have gone up to maybe $850 or $900. And that extra $200 or $300 a month used to go to groceries and electric bills.
And also another one that we're hearing too is where real estate is so high right now, out-of-state property management companies are buying up properties, and say somebody's lived in this house for 5 years, they've never missed their rent, but the owner sells to someone else, and hey, they could raise the rent, but a lot of cases, hey, we need you to move out. We're going to remodel. Right. You've got 30 days.
And it's easier for them to do that to strangers than for the old landlords to do it to those who have become friends.
I couldn't do it.
But it'd be a hard thing to do. But we people with little kids.
We hear that a lot. We've lived there. Then they gave us 30 days because they wanted to remodel. And by law, they can do that. Yeah. And most of the time, you think, 30 days, okay, that's plenty of time to find a place. No, not these days.
It takes that long to box up your possessions, what little bit you have.
Yes. And you mentioned children. We've started. We are getting a lot more children coming with their parents. A lot of small children, and we've been giving them little stuffed animals or books over the last couple.
I gave 2 out yesterday.
Yeah, and boy, did they love it. And
that was at one of the funerals.
It was the funeral.
Yeah,
yes, it was.
2 little kids were brought in, and we greeted them with a teddy bear.
Because it's got to be hard on the children too. Yes. I'm sure they probably don't understand the details, but they have to feel the tension.
They feel the angst and the worry and the tears.
And nothing like a little stuffed animal. So several people got together and donated us some. The Habitat Restore
Okay.
here in Kingsport brought us a load of stuffed
Okay,
animals.
I didn't know that.
Our
So,
friend
good.
Donna and Hope Haven is getting us some stuff
Great.
together.
Wonderful.
They're thrift stores, so it's exciting.
All right.
That's a new area. That's something that we've never really seen many children
That's
over
right.
the years. Just
we've never tried to do a children's ministry. We're now in our 9th year, and we've absolutely deliberately steered away from a children's ministry. We attempted it for 6 months or so when we first opened, but with the type of people that we serve on the streets and the people who enter these doors for worship, we have a lot of people who may be having certain things on their prison records or whatever, and they're not sometimes permitted to even be here or to be around children anyway. So we try to we've lost some really good families and people over the years who would love to worship with us, but we do not offer a children's ministry by design. So we try to send them to a church, whether it's at Mayfair or First Baptist or First Broad Street or First Presbyterian or any church in the neighborhood that does children's ministry. That's where we want them to go.
Right.
Yeah.
But they do tag along with their parents a lot.
Yes.
This is kind of a new little ministry thing, and really enjoying that and getting some smiles. And there was one girl here, I don't know, maybe a month or so ago. A little girl came, and I just felt that tug. I need to give her something, and because she looked kind of sad. She was a little blonde-haired girl. She was standing there and just looked so sad. And I was looking for snacks. We didn't have any. I thought, surely we've got a Pop-Tart or something around here. We didn't have anything. But I found one little Rice Krispie treat. And I took it out to her and I said, here you go. And she said, oh, snackies. And at that point in time, I thought, this is something we need to do more
We
often.
need to remember the children.
Yeah.
So they will remember us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've had that happen before. You told a story here a few weeks ago.
The little
about
boy
the
at the
boy
school
bus.
bus. Yeah.
Yeah. So
we may never remember their name, but they won't forget ours.
Absolutely.
And they won't forget if you're kind to them.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this morning had a gentleman come in who had lost his home to a fire back in January. And it's just been a spiral down ever since.
And here it is 9 months later, and still not on his feet.
No, not at all.
Does he have family?
Small family.
Small family.
Recently lost his mother. And he said a lot of that he thought attributed from the stress of the situation. Of what they lost everything.
Wow.
He shared a few things with me. No insurance, no living paycheck to paycheck like many of us do.
Yeah.
And something like that. It was an electrical fire in the garage, and it got up in the roof and just took the house out very, very quickly.
Wow.
Thankful to be alive. Is what it was saying, but still struggling all this time because of housing is the one thing. Just not being able to find anything even remotely close to the size or the price.
And see, this is what we are getting. How many calls do you think we get in a week, Jimmy, of people that are needing a homeless letter or are just basically homeless?
And just asking, what do you do, I would say an average of at least 6 or 8 a day. Yeah. At least.
Wow. Think about that, friends.
So
Think about that.
35, 40 a week.
Wow.
If you combine them both, people a lot of people call and, I hear it. This is the first time in their life they've ever been homeless.
And you can feel the desperation.
And you can tell the difference. Mm-hmm. You can tell the difference between the ones who have made it a lifestyle by choice. Mm-hmm. And you can also tell the difference very quickly, usually in conversation, you can tell the difference of the ones who, hey, I've never been here before. It's happened so quickly, I don't even know how we got here.
Right.
But what do we do? Where do we go? What shelters do you have in town? And the assumption is, and it's incorrect, is that Kingsport has multiple shelters for people to stay, and that is not the case.
That is not the case.
And the Salvation Army, most of the time, is full to capacity. And then your next option would be, if you do have an income, there's some not so desirable extended stay hotels in Kingsport, but at least it's a roof and somewhere for you to stay. But they're full as well.
Yeah, they are booked up.
It's very hard to get in because everybody's in the same boat here with this. So there's not many options. So a lot of, and we're getting more calls now instead of people saying, "Hey, can you help with housing? Do you have resources for housing? Do you provide housing? Do you provide a shelter? Can you recommend a shelter?" Now people are saying, "Can you recommend somewhere where I can park my car?
Park my car safe
and sleep in it with not being bothered,
right?
Where I'm not trespassing. Police aren't going to bother me and write me a ticket or take me to jail, tow my car, or somewhere that's safe where I'm not going to get harmed."
Right.
Wow, man, I'm just
if you ever wonder what happens in a downtown storefront church, you need to just consider. Follow our Facebook page. We give little glimpses into what happens, but there's no way we could describe it. You would have to spend days here, and we're really not letting people in the building to do that. But just take our word for it. We're keeping a limited crew of people here due to the COVID. By the way, our numbers are up 35% now. Positivity rate.
Yes.
So that's why we're doing this.
Yes. We hear a lot of people that are sick right now.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's not deathly sick, but it's still enough to be concerned about.
Yes.
So
there's just a lot of people struggling in so many ways.
Yes. And I don't see any relief anytime soon.
Nothing immediate.
The grocery store prices have went up so much that many things are out of reach for people to afford. Stock is an issue with a lot of things. I went to get Gatorade this weekend and none.
Really?
At Walmart, nothing.
Wow.
No flavors. They were just completely out. And we're going to have to get used to that sort of thing. We've been spoiled in a way.
Well, they call it supply chain.
Yeah, I guess so. And but anyhow,
speaking of the housing or emergency shelters, we are praying and hoping that Grace House will be up and running before the end of winter anyway. That's the Kingsport Homeless Ministry, Inc. I no longer serve on that board. I resigned my time because I have more than I can handle without that. But we need to pray for them that they can expedite the work and quickly get it open as an emergency place for the people before the dead of winter sets in.
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't look likely for this winter, though, does it?
It's looking pretty scarce, it looks to me like. Although I've heard they're making some pretty good progress.
Yeah.
But we're into September now.
Yeah.
And we have frost by the end of September.
Yeah.
it's getting that time.
It's going to be time to get the coats out and the blankets again. The hats, the scarves, the gloves.
Yes.
It's been a while.
Yes, it has.
We've done that, So.
And by the way, I know I'm jumping here, but I know we've got some questions tonight. But we want you to type in your prayer request also.
Yeah.
And we want to remember Linda Archer, one of our she began this ministry with us here 8 years ago. And she is in active hospice care right now. And she more than likely will not know that I'm asking prayer for her right now. She used to never miss anything we were doing on Facebook, but right now, hey Linda, if you are watching this, please know that we're praying for you.
Yes.
But please know that she thanks you so very much for your prayers for her in these difficult days. She loves the Lord and she knows she has a better day coming, but pray for her family.
Linda played many important roles
she did.
In the formation days of Shades of Grace
she did.
that still are here today.
Yes.
She manned the phone tree for the longest time.
That's
We'd
right.
get everybody's phone numbers at the front door and make sure that they get the daily phone tree. And she was the first face you saw many times when you come in the door.
She was a greeter.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
we think about a lot of those faces. Bill Britt, he's gone on to heaven. So many people, it's just hard to believe, who used to be the greeters here. First faces you would see.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, Jimmy, our time might be moving up on us. We need some questions here.
I've got some questions here for you tonight. Got 4 quick questions here for you. Now, here's what I did this week, to be fair. Our friends from Canada sent us those little Bible trivia cards.
Yeah.
I just went in the order of the questions.
Okay.
So if they're hard, don't blame it on me.
If it's hot, it's hot.
That's right. Okay. Question number 1. This is from 2 Kings. Who was carried to heaven by a whirlwind?
Do 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 bum 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 bum. Are you typing in your answers, friends? Bum 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 bum. Who is Elijah?
Elijah. That's it. I thought you forgot for a minute.
I was just
Yep.
making y'all worry a little
All
bit.
right,
Who
is
was Elijah?
Yes. And that's all you heard about Elijah. That was it.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 2. Who preached the first sermon of the church? This is from Acts chapter 2.
Do I have to do again?
You don't. You don't.
Okay. Well, let's say, who was the preacher of the first church? The
Yes.
first one who preached a gospel sermon
Yes.
on the day of Pentecost.
Yes.
Who is Peter?
That is Peter. That's right.
Known as, well, let's see, what did we call him? Thomas was the doubter. Peter was kind of the impulsive one. He always had an answer before you had the question.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Question number 3. This is from Acts chapter 9. Who introduced Saul to the apostles?
Who introduced Saul, who was actually Paul, that Saul became
Paul,
the
right.
Apostle Paul, who introduced him
To the apostles.
to the apostles.
The verse says, "This person took him and brought him to the apostles. He told them how Saul on his journey had seen the Lord."
Well, I'm going to say, who is Cornelius?
You're close. Barnabas.
Oh, Barnabas.
Barnabas.
Okay, all right. Do you know what the word Barnabas means?
I don't know.
How many of you all know what that is? Give you just a minute to type it in. But it means encourager. The word Barnabas means encourager. So they always say, always be a Barnabas.
Okay, that's
Okay.
a good one.
Okay.
All right.
Barnabas.
Okay, question number 4.
Okay.
In 1 Peter, Peter records that in order for God to exalt us, we must do what?
Well, what is, we must humble ourselves.
That's it. That's it. You did good.
Humble ourselves before the Lord, and He
Yes.
shall exalt you in due season.
That's word for word. That's it.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well, you did well.
Are you sure that's word for word?
That's pretty close. I'm sure if we check different translations, we'll find one.
We'll
out there
find
that
one
matches.
translation that'll match.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Even if it's
Yeah.
Appalachian.
That's right.
All right. Okay.
Well, hey, it's been good to be back,
Okay.
and we'll still, even though we're on vacation next week, we'll still
we
be with
we
you.
will be here with you on the
Yep.
Will and Jimmy show,
Yep.
and it will not be a rerun. It will be designed especially for next week.
Yep.
Even though we will be on a much needed sabbatical, we're
Yes.
taking a break.
We are.
We got to get some rest.
Yes,
We're
do.
worn out. We're very tired. This is a very draining and demanding ministry. We love it, but we don't love it so much that we can't take a break.
Right.
So-
It's good. Everybody needs a break every so often to refresh.
And I don't know where I'm going to wind up, but I'm going to take my Will and Jimmy show T-shirt, and who knows? I know it will not be at the Eiffel Tower. I promise you.
Yeah.
But it could be at
Yeah.
the Mississippi River.
Hey, there you go.
You never know.
There you go.
So anyway, I'm just going to take a few days and be gone.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we will see you next Wednesday evening
Okay.
at 8 o'clock. Thank you for joining us. And don't forget, Saturday morning worship. 10:30.
That's right.
Yep.
Be here Saturday
We'll be
morning.
here Saturday.
Come as you are.
All right.
All right.
Everyone have a good night.
Bye. Oh, wait a minute, Jimmy.
Uh-oh.
Let's see here.
That's,
Now.
That's better.
How's this?
That's better. Good night.